Hello, you all. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. Welcome to Suge Knight Show. All right, y'all, let's dive right in. So, again, this is episode three, and we're talking about truth. So, as I was saying in episode two, that's when I got cut off. I'm at the episode two. When I was discussing the part about how Michael Jackson's attorney, Thomas Mesereau, was discussing in court about how if it was a white man that all those things had happened to, that happened to Suge Knight at Tams, that white man would not be in jail. And people would have patted that white man on the back for getting away from all that was happening to him and all from what they were trying to do to him to get home to his family. They would, if that was a white man that it happened to, that they would have patted that white man on the back and everything would have just been good and awesome. That white man wouldn't have gone to jail or nothing. That's what Thomas Mesereau said. So there's a race piece in this when we talk about Suge Knight. You got to remember that. There's a race piece in this. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker, and you're watching The Suge Knight Show. And this is May 21st, 2023. Suge Knight Show is created and produced by me, Michelle Hope Walker, discussing Suge Knight, and we are a supporter of Suge Knight. So, white people, we all love you. Yes, we do. That's the one thing I have to say about black people. We always showing love to all races. That's why sometimes they try to call us racist. Be like, what? you know, are you for real? We are the most kindest group of people. Even when people dog black people out, we still happy with them. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I come from a mixed family, so you know I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? But white people, a lot of times you will hear me talk about you all because when we talk about the racism piece, at least most definitely in United States of America, white people get the best customer service, the best treatment. And what we're saying is, as black people, we should get the same best treatment and good treatment. We should not get less treatment because we are black. And then you all know where I talk about, I have my series two, Racism Against Black Women, how challenging it is just for us black women. Even before we open our mouths, they're judging us. So with Suge Knight, smart and intelligent. So we're talking about the truth. Suge Knight speaks truth. And for people to act like they do not want to believe Suge Knight because of that negative narrative that people have put out there, you're wrong. Because you don't even know Suge. To be talking about, well, I know Suge did. You don't know what Suge did. Suge tell you he did that? You got to listen to what Suge has said. Or if you want to, listen to all sides. And then, pick it off, except whatever. But my point is, too many of you all are just listening to those paid voices who are paid to make Suge look bad. Why do they want to make Suge look bad? Because they know how smart Suge Knight is. They know how smart Marion Suge Knight is. And so they are doing everything they can to try to keep Suge Knight down. But guess what? We know you can't keep no good man down. And you most definitely can't keep no man of God down. Oh, no, you can't. Because God sees everything. And Suge Knight has a relationship with God. Yes, he does. That's what has kept him this whole time. And like I was saying, a lot of times when he was going through the court procedures, I'm right there and I'm crying half the time. Why am I crying? Because I can't believe that these people are doing this to Suge when they literally have no evidence that said that Suge did anything wrong. It was just like a whole thing that they just was trying to find something. And when they couldn't find something, they start making up stuff. I don't know. It was just, it was just, but Suge is the one actually that helped me feel better because Suge would still be talking to the judge. Suge would come in the courtroom and the judge start talking about sports, and the judge wasn't letting him have his attorney. The judge still wasn't doing Suge right. But then he started talking to Suge about sports. In my mind, I'm like, you couldn't talk to me about nothing. You got me in this rat-infested jail. But that's what I'm saying. Suge is good. Suge is a good one. Because Suge would laugh right along with him, talk about the sports. And so I cheer up. Well, I guess if Suge's not crying, I shouldn't cry. But I was praying. I'm a praying sister. I was praying. So when we just start right there, they did not give him a fair opportunity. People be talking about Suge like he was found guilty. No, Suge was not found guilty on anything because he didn't do anything. He was trying to get home. You had people attacking him. It was just sad. So even now, because in court, like I said, they just kept bringing up all kinds of stuff, trying to find something. I guess they were like, well, since we got him in jail, we want to keep him there. And they're just trying to find something. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that little group came into play too. That little group, they like to keep people down. If you're not lining up with them, not doing all that crooked stuff with them, if they see you as a problem or they see you as a challenge, the only reason why they see you as a problem is because you're speaking truth and because you're helping people. And because you're not doing the crooked, evil stuff that they're doing, or either the crooked, evil stuff they want you to do. And Suge Knight was not doing that stuff. Suge Knight was standing up for people, helping people. And like I told you all, Suge Knight has never stopped working. Where some people just limit him to the 90s or the 2. No, Suge Knight has always stayed working, helping people, even right now, helping people. So remember that. But when truth. So when Suge Knight speaks, truth. So don't let these people get you all combobulated. And then you gotta research the person that's constantly saying negative things about Suge. And when you get finished learning all the stuff that person had done, you're like, well, wait a minute now, Suge is looking like an angel compared to this person. And this person is talking about Suge? Really? This person is talking about Suge in a bad, negative way. And when I look at this person's rap sheet, because no matter what they try to say about Suge, Suge has done a lot of great things. You got drug dealers and folks that just do all kinds of stuff putting Suge down. And they done killed I don't know how many people in selling the drugs to them and damaged people through their little drug empire. But yet they got Suge in jail. So truth. And like I tell you, that paid voice, usually the voice that you see everywhere, that's that paid voice, y'all. That's that group paying to make sure that voice gets highlighted. And you got to watch these numbers on these social media. Because if you're speaking something they don't want other people to hear, they will make your numbers get low. I don't know how many times I've looked at my numbers were all there. The next time I looked, they took all my numbers away. But I don't really, because my thing is, whoever God got out there to hear this, that this will minister to them. Minister to them in the sense of be careful, because what they are doing to Suge, they can do to you too. Watch who you get in relationships with. Watch who you get in business with. Be careful. Be careful. So when Suge Knight speaks truth, although you have all these other people getting back on, well, this was true, this was, didn't nobody ask you to get on here and tell us what? Oh, shoot. But, go on and, what I'm saying, what they said, Madonna said, just let them keep talking about you. Because all they doing is just helping to make sure they keep you on people's mind. Yes. That's why we can't wait for Suge's movie to come out. Suge's series to come out. Truth. hearing from Suge. Because here you got this black man that had made millions, probably in the billions of dollars, maybe even the trillions. Because you know people trying to steal from you and take money from you, make your numbers look low. If I'm not mistaken, I think I recall she was discussing something about they found out somebody was taking something from them somewhere along the line. And speaking of taking something from him, and Suge Knight has talked about, he is Death Row Records. As much as they tried to steal the company from him. I think somebody asked him about that. And he said, I am Death Row. Oh, you go, Suge. That's right. You go, Suge. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker, and you are watching the Suge Knight Show. And this is May 21st, 2023. All right, y'all. So you got to be careful. I, myself, Michelle Hope Walker, ran for United States president. And they tried to squash my voice and everything. Because I was speaking truth. Now, here I am, an educated woman in politics and practical in politics. I've been doing it all my life. You know what I'm saying? But then you did have that one. But not just one. There was a lot of different media that still covered me. And what I was saying. So a lot of times when you're that truth speaker, when you're trying to help people, and you don't want to join on with that game that's trying to destroy people and trying to play all them games that damage people's lives, they try to squash your voice. They don't want the masses to hear your voice. And that's why I say sometimes when they say don't listen to, that's the very voice I want to listen to. I'm like, wait a minute, they tell who they saying I have to listen to? That's the one I want to listen to. You know, in Ava DuVernay's film, I think it was 13, where it talked about how the media will get a sheet from the TV media, the radio media, and social media. And they all will be talking about a certain story from the same perspective. You know, that their bosses want them to, give that perspective of the story. And that's why y'all know I watch news, because I be, liking some of my little favorite, you might see me on Twitter or somewhere, liking some of my little favorite news people, whatever. But watching the news is about watching it, but then doing your own research if it's like subject you're really interested in. Because they only going to tell you that perspective that their news bosses want them to tell. And it is way more news than what they actually show on quote unquote the news, okay? So the key thing is stay led and make sure you're informed about what it is you're supposed to be informed about on what you're supposed to be doing in your life. That's the first news you need to be paying attention to. But yeah, so we're just so happy that Suge will be home soon. So happy about his show coming out. This show is a supporter of Suge Knight. Suge Knight has helped a lot of people. So we support Suge Knight. We're happy about that he's coming home. And those of you all that have all those great stories of Suge Knight, tell them. Tell those stories. Even though you're like, I told that story, I only got one like. You probably do got way more than one like. But a lot of times when we speaking good about Suge, they try to squash our voice. That also lets you know how powerful Suge is. How scared of Suge that they are. Because they don't want people to support Suge Knight. They are constantly trying to turn us all against Suge Knight. But I would encourage you all to stay prayed up. And I guarantee you that when you pray, that God's going to give you some good news about Suge Knight. It's not about perfection, you all. But it's about if you out here trying to help people, you got the heart to trying to help people. And all some of these stories that they tell me, they're not true. Listen to Suge Knight. And look at the people who's telling you all these bad stories about Suge. Dig in their closet. And you be like, oh my gosh. Oh, and you're talking about Suge? How dare you? All the stuff, negative stuff you have done. Ooh. Y'all know I'm an actress, comedian, Michelle Hope Walker, rapper, singer, Hope. All right, so Suge, we support you. We're right there for you. And again, this show is just about truth. That's just the key. Suge Knight and truth. Suge Knight has been saying the same thing about certain subjects for years, 20 plus years. That's truth, you all. A lot of times when people are lying, they keep switching their stories. You don't hear that from Suge. You don't hear a story constantly switching. No. He may add more details to the story, but as far as the switching the story, no. Go and look at all the videos 20 years ago and look even at what he's saying, that same story. I'll let you know that's truth. And then you got to remember that they are scared of Suge Knight. That little group that wants to destroy her, because Suge Knight is trying to help people. Suge Knight is trying to do good. Suge Knight knows, he's smart. He knows how to get in here and play that game that they playing with folks, but do it in the right way that will help people. Give people good contracts. So, believe Suge. Because you literally have people on here telling you, don't believe nothing Suge say. That's a lie. Believe Suge. Do believe what Suge has to say. Believe Marion Suge Knight. All right, y'all. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker, and you have been watching The Suge Knight Show that is created by me, Michelle Hope Walker, comedian, actress, rapper, singer, Hope. And this show supports Suge Knight. And so, Suge, again, we just thank you for all that you're doing. And to all of you out there that support Suge, thank you, Discretion TV. I love listening to Discretion because he really put out all the details. So y'all can go, shouts out to Discretion TV. And there's some other ones, that you can look at. All right, you all. You all can watch this show on YouTube, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. You can watch the Suge Knight Show. And again, this is May 21st, 2023. God bless. You know what? I feel like, let me say a prayer. I don't know if the video going to cut me off. I'm saying the prayer. Let me say the prayer. In the name of Jesus, we pray for Suge Knight, that you continue to keep him healthy,